Alright, so basically what happens here is a bunch of space people encounter hostile civilizations, and basically they're pretty much going around all the galaxy just to fight these guys, and seems like war breaks out, famine, disease, all sorts of crazy things. But not only is it technologically advanced, but also like magically and spiritually, I guess, because there's people that can do magic, and there's some people that don't do magic, but they've got laser guns and swords and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much the intro of Star Ocean. Here, those lasers are pretty cool. Yeah, and so basically, Claude or Bussin is his own man, but he doesn't know what he's doing here, of all places. For this journey, we will be referring to Claude as Bussin, because that's what I named him for. Basically, him and his dad and a team of excavators or scientists or something, they get to this planet, right? I forgot the name of the planet. And Ronix, I think his name is Ronix, sounds like a Pokemon. He gives Bussin a promotion, and not only that, he gives him the phase gun. Now this is gonna play an important part later, but we'll just go ahead and skip. So from there, they gotta get a closer look, because from right now what they can see, they're just on a desolate, broken down planet. It looks like shit went down pretty crazy there. So Bussin investigates an oddly shaded panel, obviously for gameplay reasons. I'm pretty sure they shaded it different. And it turns out that behind the panel, it's actually a control panel or a switchboard to open up the gates. So they open the gates and then they walk through them, and now you can clearly see that whatever was there, it lay in rubles and ruins. Um, so basically, some Steingate shit's about to pop off, right? So Bussin walks over to this machine, and it's basically like a teleporter. So he ends up getting teleported. Basically, some Steingate shit, right? So Bussin ends up teleported to another dimension or another planet. No, I'm not really sure on that. All I know is that Bussin is gone. Bussin comes to surrounded by a lush and green forest, but to be honest, it's obviously a better environment than the one he came from. He tries his communicator, but no luck. He's too far from a T-Mobile. In the distance, Bussin eyes a fine lady strolling through the forest, but behind her, a giant gorilla or something like that sneaks its way up. Bussin shouts. Nah, he's like, "Holy shit, lady, look out behind you, there's a giant fucking gorilla!" He then quickly steps in to save the kawaii maiden in distress. Bussin uses his laser gun 3 times to fell the beast. Pew, 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 only gaining 10 experience points from the conflict. The elf girl runs off in a panic, Claude chasing after her. The two walk back to Arlia, obviously after meeting and getting a bit acquainted with each other. But anyways, the two walk back to Arlia. Bussin then meets Reina's mother, Westa. And after a short talk, the two make their rounds around town. After Bustin and Reina are finished with their business busting into everybody's house, they return back to Westa's, Reina's mother, where Westa basically she overfeeds Bussin, and then Reina's like, "Hey, there's a room upstairs if you want to just kick it up there for a bit." And so Bustin, he goes upstairs and he's like, "Hey, I kind of gotta go downstairs. I don't know if they got a bathroom up here or something, but." So he tries to make his way downstairs and he can overhear them talking. And then Westa, Reina's mom, comes upstairs and calls him the H word. That's right, the H word. But we'll know more about that. I kind of skipped it here, but basically what happens is that Reina thinks and eventually a lot of people are gonna come to the conclusion that Bussin is a hero because his sword of light, which is his laser gun, because it's super sick and OP. And yeah, so let me see. Let me read my notes here. They're like, oh shit, should have I called him that? Ah, H word. And then the mayor's like, hey, head to Salva to find what you're looking for. Also, don't use your super sick OP ray gun because it'll attract too much attention. Here's the sword, and he gives Bussin a sword. And so Bussin makes his way to Salva. He gets ambushed a single time and nearly a second before finally making it to Salva. He enters the mayor's house and the butler's like, yeah, the mayor's on holiday. Please go away." He's a little more ruder than that, but outside the mayor's house, Bussin tries his communicator once more again, hoping there's a T-Mobile in Salva that can put him through to someone on Earth. And to his hopes, he's actually able to get a hold of one of his buddies on the other end of the line, and he's like, "Bro, I'm on another planet, but shit ain't popping." And his friend's like, "That's whack, dog. Will you make it back in time for Coachella?" And so Buster remembers he had purchased VIP tickets to see Mewkeys at Coachella. "Hello, hello," Bussin says. The call on the other end of the line had dropped. Now Bussin was determined before more than ever to catch Mewkeys live set at Coachella. So he runs back to Arlia because why not? At least there he can spend time with Reina, his new alien lover. And he's shocked to a tinfoil when everyone at the town's gate waiting for him. Something is awry. Ari? Reina is missing. What's that? The son of the town next over? He must be talking about Salva. Yeah, I've been there. I've been here in Salva, so sure I know him. What's that you say? Alan has taken Reina as a lover by force? And so then Bussin runs all the way back to Salva to save his woman. Because I forgot to fast travel, but anyways, let's be honest, it wouldn't be cool footage if Bussin was running back and forth between Salva and Arlia. Now at Salva, Bussin pushes past a crowd of people who are outside, or who are gathered outside in front of the mayor's house, clamoring and hollering. They're upset because they have heard of the politician's dirty deeds. Bussin, lockpicking his way into the manor, grows weary and also remembers he never completed his interstellar lockpicking degree, and so without wasting more time, he uses his laser gun to blow through the doors. And everyone sees this. Oh no. Inside the manor, Bussin doesn't waste his time talking to the butler who previously told him to kick rocks. Inside the main office, he finds Reina's hairpin. The sick fuck has a secret door and passageway leading into the mines. You talked to this guy briefly, and I skipped this, but apparently this is the guy who was commissioned to make the either the mines or the passage or the shrine or all three. So now we're in the mines, and we're gonna skip all of this, dude. I'm not trying to fight anybody. I'm just again, this would be my second playthrough currently, and I'm just trying to blow through everything. So yeah, I think I do get into a couple fights here, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna skip it. So then we find Reina. Reina, we get the sick fuck ceremony. Alan confesses his love for Reina, but obviously she isn't into him. Alan then turns into a monster, and the final battle begins. And yeah, so I got my ass kicked a few times here. I thought I was gonna have to come back and grind, but I didn't. After defeating Alan and returning to normal, Bussin, oh, I got burp. Bussin and the gang come to discover the stone had possessed Alan 2 weeks ago. Bussin and Reina return to the village. So this is sorcery globe and evil stones from outer space, and they're kind of doing things to people, and it's fucking everything up. Reina's healing powers, no one has it. Also, Westa isn't really Reina's mom, so Reina's mom died a long time ago, and Westa just so happened to stumble upon Reina as a child, as if her ears weren't a dead giveaway. Anyways, Reina then calls Bussin down from the balcony. Reina knows Westa's not her mother. She overheard the mayor talking about it earlier to Bussin. Reina and Bussin set out on their journey together towards the city of Cross. Reina to search for her real parents, and Bussin to find a way back to Earth in order to catch Mewkeys live set at Coachella. Jesus. Alright, that's the end of part 1. I'll do part 2 sometime next week. Thanks for watching.